Next is grouping. Okay, there are two tools that we can use for grouping, or well, grouping is one tool, and then a similar tool is sets. So groups and sets. Now groups, you use groups for creating a metadata at a higher level of hierarchy. So in this case, so we already had a product category dimension, right? And within product category dimension, we had the product categories that defined which category it belonged to, subcategory already there. Okay, suppose if this was not there, if the product category was not there, so all you had was product subcategories, okay, and you wanted to create, okay, you want to group them and create a higher level dimension that's above the subcategory. So you want to create a dimension called subcategory. I'm sorry, product category, assuming it is not there. So right now we already have, so there is no reason why you would do it again. Okay, suppose if it was not there, okay, just imagine that it is not there. So let's chairs, tables, office furnishings and tables. Okay. So you want to group them, right? So if you hover like this, you will have so group members, and then you can give a name. So this is what was this? Furniture? Was it furniture? Computer peripherals, copier and fax, office machine, telephones. All right, so these are technology, right? I need to edit alias. All right, now the rest of it, okay, all of that are office supplies, right? So click that and rename. Edit alias, office what? Office supplies. Yeah. Okay. So then we can rename this. Okay, right now it is named product subcategory group. So we can rename this as, since we already have product category, we cannot have another one called product category, so we just use that. Okay. So now if you bring in product subcategory, so you see that it expands to each of them. So grouping, okay, creates a higher level dimension. So we created from subcategories a higher level dimension that grouped the values into that dimension, higher level dimension. So that's one use for groups. And you can also, so groups should be thought of as a dimension, okay, a higher level dimension. So this is one use, and another way of using grouping is that you can group them like like this. So let's say you have a scatter plot, right? Shipping cost and say profit. So you have a scatter plot here, and let's bring in some dimensions so we will have a more detailed level of detail. Okay, so right now there is no granularity at all. So we'll add some granularity. So product category into color, product subcategory into detail or into shape, right? And then product name into detail. Okay. So let's reverse column and rows. Okay. Suppose you want to group these low profit cases. Okay. So we can do like that. Okay. So now we have selected just these three, right? And when you hover, then you have this menu. So here we can group those three transactions or the three marks. Okay, so there are out of the 1263 marks, there are three that are selected, right? So 3 out of 1263. Now you can group them by any one of the dimensions that's already in the visualization, or you can group them by all dimensions. Okay. So if you click all dimensions, so it creates a higher level dimension, okay, so that has the selected marks, okay, on all others. Okay. So here you can then, if you want to look at just those, you can remove all of them. So you bring that into color. So then you have all others and just that. All right. There is one other way of creating groups. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these groups, or let it be there. All right. Suppose we want to group by product name, right? So create group. Okay. So the field name is product name group. Okay, you can change the field name, and then it lists all the product names that are in the database. Okay. And you want to group not all of them, but say by some kind of rule. So okay, let's say there are products. Okay, there are products that are manufactured by Bevis company. So we want to group them. So product name Bevis grouped. We call them Bevis. All the Bevis are grouped. So now, okay, so what we're going to do is you have to first find the products that we want to group, right? So if we say Bevis, then click find all. So it's going to, and then again you can select the kind of search you want. You want all the product name that contains the word Bevis, or it starts with, or exact match. So right now you've selected contains, and the search will be the entire dimension, and it finds all. So now we have the products that has Bevis in its name or selected. Okay. So now we do group. Now if you group them, So all of those are grouped into one single line. Okay. So all the Bevis products are now grouped